Hi, I'm Valeria Lopez,
And I'm Emily Gann,
and today we're presenting Beating Jet Lag.
A Traveler's Guide to Restful Sleep. So we conducted our project at the Waco Regional Airport on April 25th at 5 p.m. So to begin our project, we got approved by Dr. Skolin, and then we emailed the operation manager of the Department of Aviation at the Waco Airport and got it approved for us to be on site and for us to hand out our pamphlets.
Okay, so after he got us a schedule and a list of things we could and couldn't do, we started drafting our pamphlet, which was a really fun experience, which we'll tell you more in the next slide. And the situation is once we settle on a date, turns out we went there and there was no one at the airport, and we were so scared because we were like, okay, we just messed up our project. Well, it turns out because of the weather changes in Texas, flights were delayed or took off before, so we were able to contact them, set up a new date, and 1 week later we went again, and it was amazing. Like, the airport was so full of people. There was flights coming in and there was a flight coming out, so like there was a lot of movement.
Yep, so we were able to talk to a lot of different people, and we were thankful, honestly, that he did give us a good schedule of like what times flights come in and out typically and what days were best. So it was kind of flexible after having that challenge of picking a new date. So when we drafted our pamphlets, we were trying to figure out like what information was the most important, what information we wanted to share the most. We got it approved by Dr. Skolin after, of course, he did state that we did have a little too many words on our slides, kind of a breakdown of what our pamphlets looked like. On the back, we kind of said why we were doing this project and where they could learn a lot more information, and put a link to Dr. Skolin's website. And then we had our catchy title to draw people in. And then on the first page that they pretty much will open up to, it stated why sleep was important, and we put a little tic-tac-toe at the bottom for them to do if they got bored on the plane.
So the main attraction of our project, we had tips for traveling. So just quick tips like, oh, stretch out when you're on the plane, like bring a pillow. And then we had like a fun crossword puzzle, because one, that worked as a distraction for the plane, and second, it had a lot of like sleep lingo that's like very important. It's just like nice to know fun facts.
So then when we were at the airport, we were able to talk to about 30 people, but in total there was about 50 people, and that included workers and security guards and everything. And so yeah, we got lucky enough to talk to at least 30 of the about 50 people there.
Sort of an average, we were able to talk to each about 2 minutes. The longest conversation we had was around like 5 minutes, but it's also because at the airport people are moving, so a lot were like in a hurry or just like very stressed out, and so they would like, oh, sort of stop, like we would reach out to them and they would be like, oh, what is this? And then it would be like, oh, sorry, I have to go.
So something that we did learn was that we needed to have really good communication within this project about just communicating about our schedule, let alone, but also the facing challenges of like the weather. We needed to stay on top of it by emailing the operation manager, because when we had first arrived and we had seen that nobody was there, we thought that we had missed the flights and that we wouldn't be able to do this again, and like we were really stressed about it. But luckily he had let us know that the flight was delayed and that the flight that was supposed to leave at this time had already left, and so he was really gracious enough to let us come another day. But we had to stay on top of it, and he suggested that we should come a little bit earlier than how we came the day before. So
we also learned, like, for the future, either doing a bigger airport just so we get more people, or like even do it like at a luggage store where passengers are gonna be in, but they're not gonna have the stressors of being in an airport, and like for sort of the sketchiness of having like someone trying to give you a pamphlet at the airport. Because we also noticed some people were unwilling to talk to us, just because even if we were wearing like Baylor clothes, like you're at the airport and the first thing they tell you is like, don't grab anything someone gives you.
Yeah. And some of the things that we like loved experiencing throughout this project was that we're both avid travelers, and so we both were really fascinated with everything that we were like learning. And so I think it was also just really fun to share with everybody, and I thought that was really fun, at least like getting to learn and also getting to share it. So
yeah, I love that too. And then I love working with my bestie, because I don't know, it was a fun experience to just like be able to like get out of our comfort zone and like talk to people and actually like practice what we do in the classroom.
Yeah.
So that was amazing. So thank you.